And welcome back, YouTube. This is Booster Buster here with a super special awesome video. Today I got for you a GameCube Video Game Collection video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you all the GameCube games that I have in my collection. Now the GameCube holds a very special place in my heart, as it was the very first video game console that I saved up my hard-earned money for. When I was growing up, I did have a Super Nintendo, but that was my father's. I got an N64 for Christmas, but the GameCube was the very first system that I bought with my own money, and let me tell you, it was awesome. What it lacked in number of games, it definitely made up with in the quality of the games. The GameCube had some of the best games around, and the graphics at the time were mind-blowing. Just some of the best around, even rivaling that of the Xbox. And I have to say, the unique disc of the games made it very, very unique. I never seen those mini disc before for a video game console up to that point, so I had to say that was also another really unique variant of games. And one other note, some of these games I got from my sister after she no longer wanted them anymore, so some of these games I really haven't played too much, but they are part of the collection nonetheless. Without further introduction, let's get into this. The first game that I'm going to share with you is Kirby's Air Ride. This is the bestseller, Player's Choice Edition. And I have to say, this game is press and hold the A button, the video game. The game's controller scheme was incredibly simplistic, but at the same time, it was a lot of fun. And I have to say, I'm not going to lie, I've never played a bunch of this game, but what I have played of it, it's a lot of fun. I definitely have to try to get back into this game sometime in the future. First game, Kirby's Air Ride. Next up on the list was the lone main Mario entry in the GameCube, and probably one of the most controversial Mario or 3D Mario entries probably ever to be made, and that's Mario Sunshine. At the time, this game divided the Mario community, and I still think to this day it divides it. A lot of people love it, a lot of people don't. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I definitely would not put it at the top of my favorite 3D Mario games. That would probably go to Galaxy and N64 Mario. If you're talking 2D Mario games, Mario 3 and Super Mario World will always top that list. I had a lot of fun. I did collect all the Shine Sprites and got those really, really wicked shades for Mario at the end of this game, so that was a lot of fun. Highly recommend it if you want a different style Mario game. And next on the list, Star Fox Adventures. I'm not gonna lie, I really haven't played this game. I know it's a departure from the typical Star Fox style game, and you do a lot more on-foot combat, which is quite a departure. And was this the game that introduced the Crystal, Star Fox's female companion? If so, that was definitely a nice addition to the series, and I'm surprised she hasn't appeared in more games since. Unfortunately, they just haven't done a lot of Star Fox games since. So it would be, honestly, with the Switch, I think it would be a great time to return to the Star Fox formula. Ah, yes, one of the very first games ever released for the GameCube, Luigi's Mansion. As you could tell by the sticker residue up here, I bought this game secondhand. And let me tell you, this game was quite a bit of fun back in the day. I really, really liked the collection, or the collection mechanic of the game, where you had to try to get as much money as you could, and in order to get that, you had to get the ghost in as few turns as possible, which I really do like a lot. It was quite different, having a more spooky theme for a Mario game, and I do quite like that a lot. As a launch title, I definitely recommended it. To this day, I still recommend it. It's still a heck of a lot of fun to play. And trying to get Luigi's good ending, which is the mansion ending, is definitely quite the challenge. I think I got the second best house, but I could never get the best house. I was always just a little bit short of getting the best house in the game. Up next we have an incredibly controversial... GameCube had a lot of controversy as well, now that I think about it. And what I mean by controversy is, this game was very divided amongst Final Fantasy fans. It was the first of its kind to have 4-player multiplayer that you could access, which was incredible at the time. But you could also play it single player. Now, the single player adventure was nowhere near as good as if you played it multiplayer. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to play multiplayer because nobody ever wanted to play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles when they came over. Everybody wanted to play Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart. So that was an unfortunate thing. But if I ever get the chance to one day play this multiplayer, I'm sure it would be a lot of fun. That is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Lost Kingdoms 2. I bought this game purely because it came with a free GameCube memory card. Unfortunately, I never had a chance to play it, so this is one game that I've never played. Let me know in the comments down below if it's worth playing through someday or not. Here's a really fun one. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. This game messes with you, man. This game was one of the best third-party games ever released on the GameCube. If you want a lot of just weirdness, a lot of spooky horror type situations, I definitely recommend checking this game out. This game messes with your mind too. It's not just a horror game, it's a WTF game. This game is a lot of fun. One of the few mature rated games on the system as well. Definitely recommend checking out Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. One of my favorite games on the GameCube that is not a Nintendo-made game, that being Beautiful Joe. Oh man, I loved this game. Now this game is actually pretty challenging. As you can see, this is the player's choice, the edition, so this is not the original cover, unfortunately. But regardless, you get the game to play the game. This game is fun. Some of the best voice acting, some of the best gameplay, and relatively difficult too. I highly recommend checking out this game. This Beautiful Joe should be in the new Super Smash Bros. I said it. Beautiful Joe for Super Smash Bros. DLC. Please make it happen, Capcom. Please make it happen. You got Mega Man in there. I'm sure they'd love to add Beautiful Joe. He would fit right in with the Super Smash Bros. Roster. That is Beautiful Joe for the GameCube, guys. Up next, we got an interesting game. One Piece Pirates Carnival. This is pretty much a minigame-esque One Piece game. I never played it too much when I was growing up. I got it because I really liked One Piece, and then I played the game, and it was average. It wasn't anything special, but it wasn't anything bad. It was just an average party game. If you like One Piece, you might want to check it out. Otherwise, you're better off getting a Mario Party. Now, the next one here was quite fun. That being One Piece Pirates Adventure. Now, this game I had a lot of fun with. The best way to describe this game, you ever play Power Stone? The combat's a lot like Power Stone, because you're in like a 3D arena combat. It's not like a full-on 3D fighter, but it's not Super Smash Bros. It's arena combat, because you could freely move around the entire arena. You're not locked into one another. and you could throw weapons, you could attack one another from far, you could get close and personal. It's quite a bit of fun. It's definitely on the unique side for fighting games. I would definitely recommend it. If you ever played Power Stone, definitely give this game a try. That's One Piece Grand Adventure, sorry. One Piece Grand Adventure. Naruto, Clash of the Ninja 2, aka Naruto, you need a better saving system. This game sucks. You have to do multiple battles in a row, and if you die once, you restart from quite a ways away. There is no saving in between each battle. If you die once, there's no continue. You restart from quite a ways away. This game is hard. I never quite completed it, but from what I played, you had this was early in the Naruto series, so you didn't have a large roster of characters. But from what I played, it was the single-player one-on-one combat was fun, but the story mode was not very fun to play, just because you die, you get sent back. Now, these next set of games are not ones that I own, but ones that I obtained from my sister. And that is Sonic DX Adventure Director's Cut. Unfortunately, haven't played it. Haven't really got into many Sonic games as of late. I hear that some of the Sonic games for the GameCube were not bad, but never played this one. Sonic Heroes, another game I have yet to play. I believe this one was the one where you play as teams. I think this one was a little bit different. I think this one got mixed reviews, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to say one way or another. Sonic Adventure Battle 2. My sister got this one purely for the Chow Garden. I believe this one was when I had the Chow Garden. She really enjoyed, the Chow Garden. She really enjoyed that. She had a lot of fun with that. And Shadow the Hedgehog, aka Edgy the Hedgehog. This took Sonic. I'm surprised I got an E rating. I'm surprised I didn't get a T rating. This pretty much was the edgy, hip, more angrier version of Sonic, I'd say. I've never played it, but I know it's Sonic or Shadow with a Gun, so very unique. Now we move on to the next set of games. Just give me a second here, gotta move them into position. And these ones are ones that I've played. Alright guys, are you ready for some really awesome games? First up, we start with a bang here. Zelda Twilight Princess. This game was epic. Just the whole fact of playing as Wolf, Link, and Minda, the really darker, edgy tone that this game had was just epic. The art style was perfect. I mean, this is what people wanted when, after Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. This game was the perfect game to be released at the time. Just incredible game, one of the best Zeldas to this day. Ah, yes. It's a Mario Party number 4. This game was fun. My only qualm with this game was the boards felt really empty compared to the previous Mario Parties. It just felt like there wasn't enough going on. I had a lot of fun with it though, and the minigames were a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun just all around with, with the friends and family on this one. Just so much fun. You can't go wrong with Mario Party. Speaking of Mario Party, it's Mario Party the 5th. Now this game was random. This game was the most random Mario Party in my opinion. The vending machines, no shops, it's all random. The spots that you throw, if you don't remember, if you don't have a really good memory, completely random. The minigames, there's a lot of RNG based minigames. This game if you like random Mario Party, this game was the most random. And the boards felt a lot smaller in this one, with the exception of, I think the pirate ship one had like a really long alternative path that you could take. In my opinion, I like this one more than 4, but that's just because I really like more RNG based stuff. So Mario Party 5, the most random of Mario Parties. Unfortunately, I do not have Mario Party 6 or 7, so I will not be showcasing those, but I do really want to get at least Mario Party 6 sometime in the future. And then we get into one of the best games ever released on the GameCube by many people's opinion, including mine, Super Smash Bros. Melee. This game was the pinnacle of Super Smash Bros. In many people's opinion, including mine. I loved the challenges that this game implemented. I think it was like 50 challenges that you could try to complete, and they're just like some were super simple, some were incredibly hard. All the trophies you could try to get in this game, you had to do everything in this game to get all the trophies. There's still one to this day that I cannot get, and that's the Duskin trophy. So my memory card sits at like 99% complete. I can't get that Duskin trophy. Other than that, this game was near perfection when it released, and still stands up as one of the best games to this day. And I gotta say, the new Super Smash Bros. I haven't been this excited for new Super Smash Bros. Since Melee. The new Super Smash Bros. Just looks incredibly awesome. Just every single character ever released in this game, awesome. Up next, we have what a lot of people think is the best Mario Kart to this date, and that's Double Dash. And I gotta say, I love the two-player system. I love the character-specific items. That was such a great idea. I really wish that they'd bring it back. I understand it kind of makes some characters super unbalanced, but that was the fun of it. When you played split screen, you wanted to be the Red Koopa. Everybody wanted to be Red Koopa. And then if you weren't so good at the game, you would really want to be Baby Mario or Baby Luigi, just because you could get that Chain Chomp power-up. If you were pretty good at the game, you'd probably want to be either both Koopas or one of the Koopas in, I believe, one of the either Donkey or Diddy Kong, because they had the giant banana ability, and that was so good at choke points in the game. I had so much fun playing this game. I played this game way too much back in the day. Just one of the best Mario Karts to this date. Only thing missing was online. And up next, another best of in the series in my opinion, and that's Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. In my opinion, by far the best Mario Golf game ever made. The controls were just super tight. Everybody had their own, some characters had power hits, some characters had big slicing hits, some characters were more controlled but straight and less power. The maps were incredibly intuitive, incredibly smart, and as you can see, I got the exclusive Target Bullseye Tour, so I got this at Target from back in the day, as you could tell. But yeah, in my opinion, the best Mario Golf game to this date. Just so much fun to be had. You could play multiplayer on this, have a blast, just such a great game. And possibly another best of in the series, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. This game is one of the funniest, one of the best RPGs that you will ever play on a GameCube. Possibly on multiple consoles if you go back in time. The dialogue in this game was so witty, so funny. The attention to detail in this game was really funny. You really got a sense that you were really exploring the Mushroom Kingdom. and other areas. The multiple characters that could be on the screen at a time, that was really, really intuitive at the time. All the side characters were great. The secret dungeon was really fun. Nearly everything about this game was near perfect. This game is one of the best RPGs you'll ever play. Super great, super witty. The characters were some of the funniest yet friendliest characters you'll ever meet, all contained inside Mushroom Kingdom characters. Just, well, like I said, just incredible. Definitely deserving as a spiritual successor to the great Super Mario RPG, A Legend of the Seven Stars. We're going back to Zelda Town a little bit here. Zelda, the Four Swords Adventure. This is another one that I got from my sister. I never really played this game. I know that multiplayer is supposed to be pretty good, and you could also play it single player, but I know multiplayer is where it's supposed to be at with this game. And I know this game is Zelda. Unfortunately, I don't know much more than that. I know it introduced the Vaddie character, which was always interesting. And you were more interested in money in that game more than ever. Now we come to the most controversial Zelda title to be released on the GameCube, that being Zelda the Wind Waker. When this game came out, I don't know if you guys remember this, it divided the base for a while. You had the people that were like, oh my god, this is so cute, this is so, you know, the art direction is amazing. Then you had the people that are like, this isn't Ocarina of Time, this isn't Majora's Mask, this is garbage, and they'd never even played the game. Once you play the game, this game is amazing. I love the relaxing nature of just sailing on the open sea. Just so relaxing. Searching for treasure, just so much fun. The game is going to be on the easier side of Zelda games. But other than that, the game is loads of fun. Just, if you can get past the art direction, which I did right away, I really liked the art direction. A lot of people didn't, but if you can live with the cel-shaded graphics, this game is amazing. If you can't get past the cel-shaded graphics, please reconsider. This game is truly fun. Even if you just play it for the picture quest in it, you'll have a lot of fun. Zelda the Wind Waker, one of my favorite Zelda games to be released on the GameCube. Now we have Zelda Collector's Edition. As you can see, the big old EB Games sticker right there, so that's irrelevant. This was not supposed to be for sale, not for resale, but it did come up for resale at the local EB Games shop at the time, and let me tell you, this was such a great find. It was expensive, but it was such a great find. Because in this game, you could play not just the original Legend of Zelda, not just Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, not just Zelda Ocarina of Time, not just Zelda Majora's Mask, but all 4 games in one disc. Now, the games themselves, I don't know if I got a bad disc, but the menu options always seemed to be kind of finicky. It didn't always respond too well, so I don't know if I got a bad disc or something, but other than that, it's a lot of fun to be able to play all 4 of these games on one disc, because especially at the time, it was really hard to get a hold of all 4 of those games, let alone you need an NES and an N64 to play them. And these 2 games, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, were going for quite a bit of money back in the day, so having all 4 on one disc was incredibly nice. This was before the Nintendo download market, where you could, or Nintendo's online shop. So yeah, back then, this disc was incredible to be able to relive those games that came before. And then we have Zelda 2-game bonus disc, Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which was basically a harder version of Ocarina of Time. 2 on 1 disc. As you can see, we got the EB Games logo up on top, and I paid $30, which, hindsight, not too bad of a price for this. Basically, since this came with Ocarina of Time, the big draw to this was the Master Quest, which was awesome. You had to agree to that. Master Quest was a really fun playthrough. And you also had sneak peeks at these very awesome games as well. So that was just a little additional bonus to this great collection. Up next, we have Metroid Prime, probably one of the greatest games ever made, Metroid Prime. I have the exclusive Target edition, apparently, that came with a $50 savings coupon inside. I don't know if I've ever used those coupons. They might still be in this game box, to be honest. But yeah, Metroid Prime, taking Metroid to the first-person shooter style, which at the time, I'm not going to lie, I thought was a huge mistake. I thought, well, this is never going to work. I was proven wrong. This game was amazing. This game was truly, truly fun. I was blown away. The graphics were, oh my god, the graphics at the time were incredible. The gameplay was one of the most fun, challenging, and backtrack style gameplay that you will ever play in a first-person shooter. And the story was incredible. Just such a great game. If you never played it, please, please give the Metroid Prime trilogy a chance. Speaking of Metroid Prime trilogy, what would it be without Metroid Prime 2 Echoes? I gotta say, this Metroid Prime set the standard. Echoes up the ante even more. This game was amazing. And the box itself was, the holographic on it was just so cool. I gotta say, this game was probably even better than Prime. The light-dark mechanic of this game was so, so cool. It put tension on the spot. It kind of reminded me of a Metroid was it Zero Mission? I think it was Zero Mission for the GBA. Just such a great game. Once again, please give the Metroid Prime trilogy a chance if you ever have a chance to play it. Now, we got 2 games left to talk about, and I gotta say, they're pretty awesome games. The first up is one of my favorite games to ever be released on the GameCube. Yep, one of the most hardest nail games that you're ever going to play. And that, my friend, is F-Zero GX. This, in my opinion, is the perfect F-Zero game that they ever made. The gameplay was tight. You felt like you were going 1,000 miles an hour on the course. The AI was incredibly smart. On the highest difficulty, you are gonna get beat down hard. You are you talk about Nintendo hard, this game tops that. The hardest difficulty, you are gonna lose. You're gonna get smacked around. Without the perfect run and a little bit of luck, you're gonna lose time and time again. But practice makes perfect, and when you learn the courses, you learn all the ins and outs, you learn the perfect route to take. With enough practice, you can also win the game. I gotta say, this brought F-Zero to the limelight. This brought F-Zero to the big times, and let me tell you, I really want another F-Zero game. I want an F-Zero game so bad. Please, even if it's just remastering this game for the Switch, I would take that. Nintendo. Please, please release the new F-Zero game. I can't believe I said that. But yes, this game was near perfection. If you want one of the best racing games ever made, If you want one of the hardest games ever made, pick up F-Zero JX. Now, I have one game left to share with you, and please give me one moment as I retrieve it. The very last game I have to share with you folks tonight is the disc-only version of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I picked up this at the end of the GameCube life at GameStop. This was after they threw away all the boxes and all the manuals, which is such a tragedy, especially for a game like this. But I got it for a very reasonable price of $25. Now I gotta say, disc-only, that's not bad, but I so wish I could have the box and manual. The game itself is phenomenal. I honestly never thought that a Fire Emblem game on actual console could work, but this game proved me wrong. This game is incredible. This game is great. Highly, highly recommended. Only bad thing is this game is pricey nowadays. Yeah, I just have to say, if you can find it for a reasonable price, definitely pick it up, but don't spend a whole lot of money on it. With all that said, that is Booster Box Buster's current GameCube collection, and I gotta say, this system has and always will hold that special place in my heart. Please let me know some of your favorite games on the GameCube in the comments down below. And with all that said, this is Booster Box Buster with a GameCube Video Game Collection video, signing out.